Yes, this is Big Fa, Barom Bagasi, Mr. Anything. Right now, I am in Bakau. I use Africell 4G because it has the widest coverage and the fastest speed.
President Barrow and the coalition promise or agree that they will serve only 3 years. But now we have had people, including the UDP leader, Usainu Dabo, saying that Barrow should serve 5 years. For the sake of integrity, what will you advise the president on this matter? Should he stick to the promise or should he stay for 5 years?
If the president seeks my advice on this matter, I will give my sincere advice.
And what is that sincere advice?
Well, the president has not yet sought my advice, so I can't really say what that advice is.
Now, what would you advise the president? 3 years or 5 years?
If the president seeks my advice on that question, I'll give him my sincere advice.
Now, for the interest of the audience and a layman like me, if you are to advise the president on this issue, would you tell him to go for 3 years or 5 years?
I will advise the president when he seeks my advice.
Why are you reluctant? Why are you so tightly? We don't want to talk about
because this. The president has not sought my advice on this matter yet, and to sit here in an interview and say if the president were to ask me, this is what I would tell him, it's basically putting the cart before the horse. I don't want to do that. My advice, my role is, as I am the principal legal advisor to the government, so my advice is to the government, and the president is the head of the government. So my advice will be to the president on this matter. But I know it's a very live issue. It's been debated across the country. There are, of course, legal as well as constitutional, moral, ethical issues around it. And some are a matter of law, and others are a matter of integrity and character. I wouldn't want to get myself involved in that debate. It's a debate of politicians. I want it to remain so.
Many said you do not take the TRRC seriously because neither you nor your family was a direct victim of Jammeh's repression.
Well, I guess people are entitled to their views, but I have personally had a track record of being a human rights advocate in this country well before I left to work outside the country. I think those that I have worked with, particularly the lawyers and those in the human rights field, in those days, before all of these new champions of democracy and human rights got involved in the struggle, I have been here in this country, been at the forefront of the legal fight against impunity and against the human rights abuses that were ongoing. So my commitment is really a matter of record. Everybody can refer to the past on that score. Now, the fact that I am not a victim does not lessen my commitment. I don't think commitment is exclusively based on victimhood. I think we have to be objective about these things. We have to have a wider understanding of these things. And I don't know the basis for anyone questioning my serious commitment to establishing the Truth Commission. I can only work within the means available to me. If I don't have those resources, I can't do much, I can't make much progress. But again, I have to say it's part of holding public office. Not everyone will agree with you, but it is part of our new democratic dispensation. People are free to express their opinion. At least they can do that now. In the past, they couldn't. Yeah. So this in itself is progress, I have to say.
Yes, this is Big Fa, Barom Bagasi, Mr. Anything. Right now, I am in Bakau. I use Africell 4G because it has the widest coverage and the fastest speed. I am going to show you why I always choose Africell. This is the phone that I'm using, yeah? It has the real 4G SIM card from Africell. Has another 4G SIM card from another network. Now, I am going to do the speed test. Wow! I got full coverage from Africell where the speed test shows 88.68. And this other one had no coverage at all from the other network. This is the proof. Africell 4G is the real 4G with the widest coverage and the fastest speed. By far, the